You know, the light brush slab. It's kind of neat. The gun's pretty cool. But as far as the size of the box, makes it look real nice presentation on the shelf. And then when you get it, it's about this big. It's so tiny. But you know what? It's about packaging and presentation. You know. And if that was your job at Mattel, you're doing your job. You make it look fun. Anyways, I gotta clean up my mess, but I wanted to talk a second about, you know, I never did get around to the video, but I did score the treasure hunt and the super. That's not the super. This is a super. I got a picture on my blog. Super 69 Camaro. But sure enough, I share pictures on HotWheelsCollectors.com, Hobby Talk, Joe's Diecast Shack. And you know what? As soon as I do, and as soon as people find out I got extras, here come the trade offers. Hey, you want to trade? Hey, hey. So I just want to talk real quick about trades. You know, I don't trade. I just don't have the time. You know, look at me. I'm all backed up. I don't have time. I'm having fun making videos. And then I can turn around and buy whatever I want. So the Super Camaro, Super 69 Camaros I find, probably just going to turn around and sell them. Because, you know, when I bought the Dream Halloween stuff, how am I going to find someone to trade? I want these, right? How am I going to find someone I'm going to trade those Supers to get these? This is what I want. Or maybe I want something else like, I'm picking up some of the old Hot Wheels playsets. Let's see. Stow and Go. How am I going to trade one of these Super 69 Camaros for this? This is what I want. I really don't collect Supers. I found them. Am I going to leave them there? I don't think so. Wound up getting, I think, 5 of them. So instead of me trading for this kind of stuff that I want, it's just better that I sell it, take the money, and buy what I want. Most of you guys have been collecting a long time. You understand that. But what's amazing is when you get trade offers from people who you know, and they say, hey, I got a bunch of DW-1s. Can I trade for your Super? Hello? DW-1's just kind of like a special release. The Super is a super treasure hunt, right? We know it's a hidden treasure hunt. People collect treasure hunts. I'm doing a little bit of a rant here, but you know, I don't get people sometimes. The deal is that the DW-1, while it might be hard to find, it's an Indy car. How many people do you know collect Indy cars? Not a whole lot. Even if you're a fan, even if you're a fan of Dan Weldon. I understand that. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying, when you trade, you got to know what you have. Indy cars. You just wait. That stuff's just not worth anything after a while. There were some, let's talk about that. There were some new models that were special releases, like this DW-1. It's a special release, rubber tires, right? It's in honor of DW-1. But there's been special releases before where cars showed up on the pegs in the single packages, and it was a short run and gone. I have a list because I'm going to forget. I wrote it down. 55 Chevy panel a couple of years ago. You know, that's the panel with the bike in the back. Limited run at retail, done. Then it goes to the adult collectibles line. So it kind of made it special. The VW Fastback, the Carmen Ghia, the VW Bus. Now the VW Bus was the first one that just really set the bar. But I don't know if it was limited or not. I started in 98. Those came in 96. So I can't tell from personal perspective, you know, if they were hard to find or not. But they did the VW Bus for a while, and then because it was so heavy for the lineup, just like all the other metal cars, except for DW-1, they pull it away, and then they use it for special promos. I keep forgetting, I'm looking at the lens, and I should be looking at the camera. I mean the lens and the monitor. Anyways, I'm not going to retape this. What's my point? My point is sure, the VW Bus, it used to be $60, right? When back in 98, it'd be $60 to $80 it would cost for me to buy a first edition VW Bus. That was the secondary price. Let me see, I just checked. This is May of 2012. You can get a first edition VW bus for $20. Wow, just... Now you might say, yeah, it's $20 pretty good for a $1 car. Yeah, back then it was $60. But okay, so that's a special thing, $20. Let's talk about these other three special releases. The Chevy Panel, the VW Fastback, the Karmann Ghia. It was a limited release. Mattel even said it's going to be a limited release. Kind of sounds just like the DW-1 here. Actually, they didn't say it was a limited release. On top of that, Mattel hasn't even said it's going to be a limited release. It's just a special tribute. So anyways, those other three cars I mentioned, the Panel, the Fastback, the Ghia, you can get them right now off of eBay, $5. $5. The 69 Camaro is a super, okay? Supers hold their value, period. Okay, I'm sorry. It gets down to like $20. All right? Maybe $15. Especially when it's an authentic car like Mustang, Camaro, whatever. If it's a real car, it's going to be worth more in the long run. I usually don't talk about values. But when people offer me a trade for a DW-1 for one of my 69 Camaros, you think I'm stupid? Or do you not do your homework? I don't understand that. DW-1, nice car. Hope to find a couple. I'll just wait and get it for $3 in the future. Alright? It's an Indy car. Yeah, it's a tribute. But you know, they've had other people who've died in the NASCARs. Look up by Adam Petty. They had some cars. Now it wasn't a tribute car, but he died and they released it. There was a car. I'm sure those aren't worth any secondary value either. If you buy it because you collect Petty stuff, that's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you're doing a trade, you got to know what you have. You don't turn around and trade the world for something that's going to be worth $5. And I'm not saying my Super's worth the world. I think you guys get it, right? I'm exaggerating a little bit, or I might be a little animated. But if you're going to do a trade, you got to know what you got. You got to know the value. And Super Treasure Hunts, and it's a realistic car, I wouldn't even trade that car for a fantasy Super Treasure Hunt. 16 Angels? Yeah, Super. Would I trade a 69 Camaro Super for a 60? Only if it was the last Super Treasure Hunt that I needed to fill that year. But you guys know I don't collect Super Treasure Hunts. But I'm just saying, if you were a collector and you had 11 of the 12 treasure hunts for a certain year, and you had a double of a good one, and you just wanted to be done with and trade for a fantasy, sure, why not? Because you're done. There's equity in thinking that I can, mental equity, I'm done, I'm finished, you don't have to think about it. But anyways, on a note, I tried to tell you guys a long time ago that Mattel said that it was going to be a special tribute car, and then eBay sellers turn around and say, secret hidden treasure hunt. And then it just takes off like wildfire. It sells for $75. And people fell for it. And then I get trade offers. Hey, I'll trade you. And then a couple days later, I get another email saying, hey, sorry about that. I didn't realize they're only going for $5. Well, you shouldn't have bought into the hype, for one. But I'm not calling the person out. As a matter of fact, there were several people. So if one of the guys is a YouTuber, in case you're watching this, I'm not calling you out. I'm just talking in general, and I'm doing this just so people kind of learn. If you're going to trade, make sure you know what you're trading for. Do your homework. Now, don't think your stuff is gold. But if you want gold, fine. Maybe you find somebody. But otherwise, you know, look for a fair trade. Because in the long run, you kind of feel better. Because you made a fair trade. I don't want to feel dirty like I ripped somebody off or something. I've been in it since '98. I don't want no bad feelings. It has nothing to do with my channel. I've been that way forever, even before Race Grooves. Now, maybe not the first couple years. I kind of learned, you know, quickly that a lot of this stuff is not that rare. But still, learn what your stuff is worth. Learn to make a fair trade. And enjoy collecting. Now, if you excuse me, I got more videos to make. I gotta go. Bye.